Morning, y'all. Welcome back to Deep Sky Farms, and welcome to our 200th subscriber special episode. I don't know how we got here, but we got here one at a time. So thanks, y'all. Thanks to each and every one of you who took the time out of your day to subscribe to this channel and to give us a little bit of your attention. I really appreciate it. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Last episode, we were in agroforests, and I sort of messed it up behind the scenes. Not seriously, but enough that I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to extricate myself from it. And this week I wanted to do something a little bit different and show you something else that I've been kind of playing with, or I want to show you something different. We're going to be on Schwesing Bahnhof today, which is at this point an old map. It's been out for a while. It's gone through a couple of updates. I really like it because there's a lot going on, and I think the map itself, especially when you pull the start farm, has a really good premise to it. So we're going to be looking at that today, but the hitch is we're not starting from scratch. We're not starting in August on New Farmer, blah, 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 and building our way like we do with a typical Let's Play. I've had this map on the go. I started it basically as soon as it came out. And then, as is typical for me, I got distracted by something else bright and shiny, and I wandered away from it. So we're going back into Schwesing Bahnhof to a save game that's about, I'm going to say, probably 6 months old, maybe a little bit, or maybe a little bit newer than that. I seem to remember playing on it. Well, maybe four to six. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So let's go in and let's see what we've got to work with here. There's Kinleg, by the way. I'm really liking that. I'm not doing a series on it because everyone else is doing a series on it. Daggerwind's doing a really good series on it, but you probably already know that. So here we are, Schwesing Bahnhof. I've got 11 hours into it. And here's what we've got. Okay, so we've got, should we take the Highlands fishing? I mean, can't hurt. There's some new gear in there. Okay. I'm trying to remember what I had intended. Oh yeah, the Volvo pack. I think I wanted the loader out of that. I've got my universal abbeys, addable triggers. I'm not going to add additional contracts right now. I've tried it on a couple of other maps and it's a little bit flaky. But we will take all the decorative foliage. We're going to take the Volvo snow gear, automatic milk sale. Better contracts, we'll sit on that. We'll experiment that with that later. Better silage fork. So what this is, I made this for, what's his name? I can't remember. Cesium? No, maybe. He made a little JCB loader a little while back. And it's a good loader, great model, fun to drive. But the stock Albert silage fork, whenever you pick up a full scoop of silage, it tips over the loader. So I made this fork to fix that problem. You can pick up a full scoop on this and it won't tip over the loader. So if you're interested in that, head on over to King Mods. It's there somewhere. Better Silage Fork is the name of it. We've got our Bachmann trailers from Farm Sim 22. We're going to have those things forever. I think I downloaded this with the intention of changing out some trailers. This I just wanted to have some more stuff. Oh, bunker silos utility. I threw this in there not too long ago. This is pretty new. It gives you some different options for dealing with silos. Class header. We've got a lot of class stuff in here, and it looks like I was thinking of making this a class farm. Maybe? Enhanced animal system. I'm not going to do that yet. because I want to go in and see what we've got in there. Extended straw crops. Normally I don't play with it, but this time I think we will. Farm silo package. Cinnabogan. Oh, I wanted to try that. And that. Oh, and the Fleagle was probably on the list. Free water tank. The Go Wild. Oh, the Hauer XB pack. Yeah. Indoor camera position. Super handy. It's actually kind of amazing. Interactive control. The Cramp Bandit. I think I was planning on doing some trailer upgrades at some point. Crone, Easy Cut, maybe a mower upgrade? What's this? I think I had set that up. Anyway. Lime seed fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. I was going to do this, but I think I've got the Mercedes pack on, so we don't need to worry about that. Manure heaps, map supplementary. This is a cool seeder. I like it a lot. So we're going to take that. Move husbandry animals, insanely handy. Okay. I tried this. It didn't work the way I thought it would, so I'm not gonna. I think I dumped this in here too. And a bunch of Rolmaco stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. That was a little combine. That was pretty cheap. SDF. I don't think I wanted to use that. Oh, but the fuel tank thing, yeah, I definitely wanted to use that. Trans 70. And maybe this. Oh, and the line zero silos. I wanted to do something with those too. Okay. Let's quit faffing about, as they say. Okay, so here we are. What do we got? We got this thing. What's in here? Probably lime. Lime, 21,000 liters. Okay. And we've got our Skoda, our power washer. We have a tractor. Looks like we've got a nice Krone baler. And a nice Krone tedder for making hay. We have a Vario header. All right. And this is which one? The Kuhn axis. Okay. So planter, seeder, sprayer rig. Right. Okay. Oh, and we've got the Deutz-Fahr Agro Star 8. That's our big horsepower tractor right now. There's a front loader for the fence. Soil sampling. So I'm assuming we have precision farming turned on. Right. Oh, hey. Okay. So we've got our slurry spreader. One cow here. We have a bale trailer. That's cool. I mean, the place does kind of look abandoned. One cow here. I don't see them. Oh, there they are. Way down there by the BGA. And then we'll run across the road. Check out what's going on down here. It looks like we have some straw put away. Okay. Food 30. Okay, so we've got 10 cows. 25 cows. Can't read. Need more coffee. We have straw, it looks like. Yeah, we've got bedding down. Okay, so that means we're producing manure. And how's it looking back here? This barn has a feeding robot. I think this is custom, but anyway, this is not the GEA one. This is a different one. But we've got lots of food in here, so that's good to go. You may notice that we have a lot of bunkers, and that's to keep that BGA going. So we're going to be doing, I hope you like cutting grass, because we're going to be doing a lot of cutting grass. Okay, so we've got cows. We've got slurry. How much slurry do we have? Come on, cows. Slurry, 53,000 liters. So we can pull some of that off and get our BGA kicking over. And it's September 2nd. I'm going to guess that there's a field up here. It's been harvested? Really? No, I didn't think so. Oh, yeah, okay, I know what's going on. We sowed it. Sown it? So it's been sown. Okay. Okay, and we're not going to mess around with it anymore. That's mostly just for straw. Our big money maker is going to be the BGA. And, okay. So we got all that stuff in there, some of which we make ditch, some of which we're probably going to keep. And that looks like a Unimog over there. And a cultivator. That looks like a disaster. Okay, so we've got some chaff on the go in here. That's empty. And our forage harvester with the grass cutter on the front of it. Okay, so we do have a windrow. Oh, okay, this building, I changed it out. Wow, I have a lot of these trailers. I think I was a little bit trailer happy at one point. And we have 57,614 liters of wheat in stock. Okay, grass. Our grass is growing. And let's just have a look around. Can we get that info by doing that? Grass harvested. Grass ready to harvest. Grass ready to harvest. Ready to harvest. Okay, and then this is corn growing. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fields of grass ready to harvest. 2 that are done. We've got corn. That's going to be in November, I think. We have no combine. I sold the combine for some reason. But we do have a Unimog. I mean, I guess, right? Probably bought that whenever the expansion came out and was like, all right, here we go. So, where do we start? We'll just double check our animals. So we've got animals, that one's fine. That's the big pen. Food is automatic on there. This has meadow, but they're out of water. Meadow, but they're out of water. And apparently we own a horse pasture. Well, fine. Okay. Horse pasture? Is that the... How do we know? Oh, okay. So at some point I bought the forest over here, 254, with the intention of doing some forestry maybe. And it looks like that bought the margins, including this horse pasture. So we're going to have to look after that no matter what. Okay, let's just visit that and see what it looks like as a forest, see if it's actually worth foresting. We're not going to be running a tree harvester through here, but it's not too bad. Oh, and recently dropped is hand plant saplings, so we might play with that if we get into the forestry. All right. Do I have the Highlands fishing thing enabled on this? I think I said yes. Okay, so we got a fishing rod. I'm going to try something. Let's go back home. To here. Visit. Now there's a little pond back here. A little, not very nice looking pond. But anyway, let's buy ourselves a fishing rod. And yeah, okay. Well, all right then. I guess the way this works is with any water collision. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know if you've all seen this, but it's apparently the same as Stardew Valley. That's what my daughter told me anyway. I mean, okay. I didn't figure we'd have a trout that big in this little pond, but fine, fair enough. Okay, and I did want to decorate this a little bit, but we're going to get into that later. We're going to... First, we have to get ourselves on saving the map. First, we need to save our cows. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our Skoda and go for a little drive. And then at some point, we're going to have to change out the yard. Actually, you know what? Instead of the Skoda, let's take the Unimog. Because I have a feeling that I drove this thing down here, parked it, and that was the end of it. We do have kind of an emergency situation on our hands here, in that the cows and the horse have no water, and the horse has no food. You know what? Let's do this. Let's head up to the store and procure ourselves a water trailer. And a bucket of oats, and we're going to look after these animals. I think my intention for buying this was to have a rig to pull around a slurry tanker back and forth from the animal dealer. Because while we do have cows, and that's cool, that BGA, it really has a high production rate, so I think the plan was to buy slurry from the animal dealer, run it through the BGA, and profit like that. Okay, so, oh, geez, we got lime all over the place. Can we auto-load that? Do I have auto-load? Okay. Well, we'll get ourselves fixed up. We are going to grab ourselves an Abbey 550 to start. And for our horse, big bag pallets of oats. Okay, so this is a tipper. I wonder... Okay, we've got our oats filling into the trailer. All right, so there's our 1,000 liters of oats. That's cool. Hey, we can see out the back window. That's awesome. I like that a lot. And we got our Abbey 550. All right, I will meet you back at the farm, and we're going to load up and water the cows, and then make a trip over to the horses. We'll see you up there. Okay, here we are. Let's see about getting some water into this thing. And admittedly, even though we did pull a trout out of here, we should... It's kind of a ditch. It's kind of a ditch. Where's our trailer? Okay. It's kind of a ditch that's collecting, you know, downhill runoff from the biogas plant and the digestate storage. So it's possibly not the cleanest water. Maybe we should look into a well or something. Or, I mean, look, in reality, there would be a water point somewhere over by the house or the barn or the garage or something. Because if we got electricity, chances are we should have water there. I don't know what I was getting that trigger for to dump water. And it's a little bit concerning because it's in the slurry area. I wonder if there's something weird going on with that BGA. Okay, so we've got one cow watered. And this is a little bit of a tight squeeze through here. I should have moved that slurry tank out of the way. Yep, don't hit the roof. I've hit that roof so many times. And yes, I'm putting around in low range. Because there's no need for me to be ripping through here at 80 kilometers an hour. Also trying to not drop the whole works in there. Does this have a range indicator light on it? There, I just popped it up into high. No, it doesn't appear so. Okay, so we navigated that, and then we're going to have to do this one more time before we run off to the horses. Okay, little cows are watered. I was a little bit worried about them because I think something happened in the process here that I lost most of them. Alright, high range. Let's get back there, and we're going to run down to those horses. Okay, so we're going to go across the back here. And while we're on our way, we're going to check on our cornfield. Okay, it's growing. It's not there yet. 5 of 7. Okay, so September, October. So we'll be cutting in November. Okay, that's cool. I think I like that thing. I think I traded the combine on the Unimog. You sold the Cadillac? I traded it for a microphone. Okay, so we're doing well. Our horses are up over here on the back roads, which this thing is pretty well suited for. I think that's it. I think that's our horse there. Oh yeah, that's our pasture. Now, can we get in there? Oh, this is tight. This is tight, and this thing is bigger than it looks. Are we in the right place? Yeah, I think we're in the right place. Yeah, we are in the right place. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I just brainwave. So not only do we own that woodland, we own all the woodlands. All right, fair enough then. So let's get this poor beastie some water and some food. Okay. Oh, okay. And then we're just gonna drop that trailer. And then we're just gonna drop the trailer there, and I should be able to back up to the food and dump it in. I mean, okay, fine. It wasn't what I meant, but, you know. Weird that this doesn't have the pasture going. But anyways, let's look. So we've got our base food. Cool. It's going to need some hay. I forget. Are horses parallel or serial? Okay. I don't have animal I don't have an animal food overview on. I wonder. Can I? Can I sell these? I can. Because those are in the way. Okay, that'll make navigating around here a little bit easier. Oh, 215,000 for that house. Okay, we're not going to sell it just yet. We're going to just remember that we've got that much money kind of in a savings situation. We can't get rid of that car. But, you know, I think if we were to come down here with a mulcher and clean up this lawn, this might look pretty good. But good to have that garage out of there. And if we want an accessory building over here for storing food, we can put one like kind of over in this corner. Wow, that horse looks happy. Okay, I'll see you back at the farm. Okay, Unimog, you've earned your keep this time. So this is kind of a disaster. Oh my god. And what's the state? Oh, actually. Do we have... Apparently we're playing with precision farming. And it looks like we only have soil sampling for one field. Where's our soil sampling second from the bottom? Okay, so that one's been done. And it looks like that's been limed. Okay. This has not been sampled, but it's had some stuff done to it. This has not been sampled. That's not been sampled. That's had nothing done to it. You know, I think I might have dumped some slurry on there. Or no. We've got pH and weed control are up on those. And pH and weed control, So I think our project for tomorrow is to go out and do some soil sampling. Has that had pH done to it? Yes. Nitrogen? No. Well, fortunately, we do have a lot of nitrogen. I wonder if we should hook on to that. Okay, I think this is the last thing I want to do today before we sleep. No, I've got two things that I wanted to do today before we sleep. One of them is get that bunker compressed and cooking, and then the other thing I want to do today is fill up our BGA and get that cooking, so that at least that way we've got some sort of production underway. So let's fill this thing up. I know we have 55,000 liters in the barn here, so that'll be good for at least one fill. So completely unrelated, on the last episode of Agroforest, I was wishing for Maize Plus. And just last week, a new version of Palinier dropped. And the update note said Maize Plus ready. So I'm hoping something's coming soon. And if that's the case, we might take a little trip over to the land of bechamel and baguettes. Oh yeah, the BGA. Right, before we get distracted. Central slurry storage. This, I determined, does nothing. It just makes it and doesn't further it down the production chain. So this is the one that we want to have. This is the one we want to have active and distributing, because this makes fermenter slurry, which then goes into our fermenter. Liquid manure post-fermenter, okay. Liquid manure post-fermenter raw methane. That gives us 300 slurry in, raw methane, and fermentation residue out. So the raw methane is going to go to the generator to make sellable electricity. Fine. And then our secondary digester, the active one we want, takes in the fermentation residue, puts out raw methane and storable fermentation residue. Storable fermentation residue? No. Sorry, looking at the wrong lines. Takes in residue from the last step, puts out methane, and then that goes to the generator. If we want stuff to go into digestate, we would want to pick this one, but we've got a lot of, does it say how much we have? Yeah, we have 156,000 liters of digestate. That'll keep us going for a little bit. So BGA is set up and running. I think there's something flaky about this BGA mod, but I can't prove it yet. But we're going to run with what we got. So while we got this big honkin' tanker on here, I've tried using the little vent for silo stuff, and it doesn't exactly work. Let's just run back and forth over this a few times with these. Oh, one of these is 100%. Okay. Oh, that's right. These are 2-part silos. So half of it is 100%. Yeah, and the other half, 92. Won't take too much because we can get these cooking overnight. And I'm going to check after we get this compacted and tarped to see if we're running 2-day months or 3-day months. And I think this ought to do it. 99, 100. Okay, good. It's not pretty, but it's compacted. Now, there was something in here. I'm using, oh, what's it called? Bunker silo something. It gives you a little bit more functionality. So let's see. Blanket the silo, yes. Okay. Oh, change silo cover. Hey, there we go. I like that. And then we're just going to do this one here. Our blanket the silo. So we've got 96,000 liters. That'll keep us busy for a while. How did that end up like that? I don't know. Okay, so BGA's cooking. Silo's cooking. Yard is still a mess. But that's okay. Oh, and we've got that big honkin' straw blower. And the Merlot Turbo Farmer. Okay. Okay. Well, We got some stuff done. We have a plan. And I think our plan for tomorrow... Oh, I wanted to check. I wanted to check our settings. Settings. We are running 3-day months. Okay, that's cool. Snow is on. Crop destruction's on. Plowing is off. Fieldstone is off. Okay, I guess I didn't want to deal with that. Disasters on. Okay, so all my usual suspects. Okay, cool. So, I guess that means we are going to call it here. And our plan is going to be get the soil sampling done in the next episode and get the yard cleaned up. And then we'll be ready to take on October, which is going to mean cut more grass. October is going to be the big cutting grass month. But next month, we're going to run around, do soil sampling, get the yard cleaned up, figure out, do we need all of those trailers that we have, and try and get that situation cleaned up. So until then, I'm going to say thank you very much. Thank you again for the 200 subscribers. That was pretty cool. And for Minecraft content, check out Otter Plays. They've got some cool stuff going on over on their channel. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot, y'all. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Oh, gotta feed the dog. Now we can call it a night. Take care of yourselves, y'all.